Hi, Portchester students and families. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about getting to know Google Classroom. And we'll jump right into an overview of Google Classroom. So basically on your Chromebook, if you go to Google Chrome, you can go to this waffle in the top right-hand corner, which is basically those 9 dots in a grid, and then you can open up Google Classroom. And when you go to Google Classroom, it'll bring you to a main page here, which will show all of the classes that you're enrolled in. At the elementary level, you want to look first for your classroom teacher. So in this case, the classroom teacher here is Miss Rodriguez, and I'm going to click into her classroom first. And basically in her classroom, one thing that's important to note is this Google Meet link. So during our virtual learning, this is how we'll be connecting with our classroom teachers, and we can click that Google Meet link to connect with the teacher. The other thing to note in the top of Google Classroom here is that there are 3 sections of Google Classroom. The first one is the Stream, then there's the Classwork tab, and then there's the People tab. So just to provide a brief overview of this, the Stream is a great place where the teacher might post announcements or quick messages for the class. This is a great place to check first thing in the morning to see if there's anything new posted here, although most of the work will be in a different place in Google Classroom, but the Stream is a great place to start. The other thing to mention briefly is the People tab, and this is a way that you can see the teachers enrolled in your classroom and the students enrolled in your classroom. And here within the People tab, there is also this little email button, and that email button is a way that you can actually send an email to the teacher. So that is a good way to get in contact with your teacher if you need to. And then the third area in Google Classroom is probably the most important one. This is the Classwork tab. And this is the area where the teacher will be posting most of the assignments for the day. And within this Classwork tab, one thing that the teachers will also be posting is a schedule. So this might be posted as a weekly schedule or as a daily schedule. But basically this schedule will provide you an overview of what's happening that day in your child's class. The other thing to note is that at the elementary level, the classwork is going to be organized by date. So here you can see we have September 8th and everything underneath it is the work for that day. So that is something that if you're looking for the work for today, you can always look for today's date in the classwork tab and you'll be able to see all of the assignments for today there. The other thing to mention is that the link for the Google Meet to connect with the teacher through a video chat is also in the top of the Classwork tab here. It was in the Stream, but it is also posted in the Classwork tab here for easy access. The other thing to mention just as part of our quick overview of Google Classroom is navigating between different class pages. So basically, if you are back in that Classwork tab or in any area in Google Classroom, you might notice in the top left-hand corner of your screen, there are these 3 lines. And sometimes teachers like to call this the hamburger. But basically, if you click those 3 lines in the top corner, it'll bring up this menu button, and you'll actually see any other classes that your child is enrolled in along the left-hand side there. And you could use those links to click into any of those classes. But the other thing that you could do is you could actually click the Classes button up in the top here. And if you click that Classes button, it will bring you back to this main page. So in this example, we did go into Miss Rodriguez's class, but if it were time to go to a different teacher's Google Classroom, you could access that Google Classroom through this main page as well. So I know this was just a quick overview of Google Classroom. Be sure to stay tuned to our Portchester Schools website for additional information on Google Classroom and Google Meet and anything else to go along with our virtual or hybrid learning initiatives this school year.